This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the morning of Monday, March 31st, 2025. I'm Alex Brown. Indiana is now the number one state for exports of life sciences products, according to a new report from BioCrossroads. The report shows life sciences exports of $27 billion in 2024 and pharmaceutical exports of $21 billion. BioCrossroads CEO Vince Wong was a guest this weekend on Inside Indiana Business Television.
Super exciting for us as a state to be able to actually surpass California as the number one state in the country. So California is often thought of as the life science center, but actually Indiana is the leader.
The report also found that the average wage among life sciences careers in Indiana increased by $38,000 over the last year to $148,000. Indiana's unemployment rate fell 0.1% to 4.3% in February. The Indiana Department of Workforce Development said Friday that along with the decrease, the state lost 3,300 private sector jobs in the same month. February was the second consecutive month that the unemployment rate decreased. The Du Bois County Chamber of Commerce has selected Angie Sanchez Hostetter to serve as its new executive director. The chamber touted her experience in nonprofit, marketing, and community engagement roles at organizations including Crisis Connection in Jasper and Purdue Extension. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
To succeed, you need to stay informed. You need to be engaged. And let's face it, you need to set yourself apart from the rest by connecting with a company that brings you the best. Because in today's environment, business is an ever-moving target, and we'll help you chase it. IBJ Media. The best of business is in us. Get started at ibjmedia.com/youngprofessional.
A major energy bill that would incentivize building small modular nuclear reactors is headed to Governor Mike Braun's desk, though consumer advocates continue to criticize similar measures still working through the legislature.
This week, both houses of the Indiana General Assembly finalized amendments to Senate Bill 424, mostly along party lines, which lets utility companies raise rates to recover costs on the so far unproven technology of small modular reactors, or SMRs. A similar House bill is still working through the Senate and would give utility companies that build SMRs a 20% tax credit. Senator Ed Cook and Representative Ed Soliday authored the nearly identical bills, and they say reducing the financial risk for large utility companies is necessary for Indiana to secure its energy future. But groups representing various ratepayers, including the Citizens Action Coalition, Indiana Industrial Consumers, and Indiana Conservation Voters, have persisted in arguing the series of bills tips the scales against individual ratepayers. While the Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission will still have to approve SMR projects, the groups say that oversight is narrow. The fact utility companies can get cost recovery for planning, design, and environmental work years before construction even begins is a provision of the bill that's still stuck in the craw of some. But Soliday believes giving utilities the ability to recover costs is beneficial to ratepayers in the long run because the utilities will be able to secure more favorable loans, which would not then get passed on to consumers. Indiana Michigan Power is interested in the new SMR trend and has recently applied for a federal grant to begin feasibility studies at the site of its current coal plant in Rockford. I'm Marek Mazurek for Inside Indiana Business Radio.
A European regulatory committee rejected Eli Lilly and Company's U.S.-approved Alzheimer's disease treatment over potentially dangerous risks of brain bleeding and swelling. The European Medicines Agency committee said the benefits of the new drug Kisunla did not outweigh the risks, and it recommended refusing market authorization for it. The agency's Committee for Medicinal Products for Human Use said Lilly can ask for a re-examination of its opinion. Lilly said Friday that it hopes discussions about the drug continue with the agency through re-examination. The Indianapolis drug maker noted that Kisunla has already been approved in Japan and China, among other markets. Goodwill of Central and Southern Indiana CEO Kent Kramer is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.